Morning, guys. Went through the battery box yesterday and cleaned up that fiberglass hold down panel that I had for the breakers, and I fixed one of the breakers that had the broken mounting tab on it, so we're all good there. But what I noticed is now I've got all this extra space here. I'm trying to think what I should do with that. Oh wait, let's go over here and see what Yeti the Baja brought us this morning. 2 more batteries. So what my plans are is right here and right here we're going to add batteries to the 12 volt side of the system to increase the amp hours. So in the shelter we use 12 volt for an inverter that powers a mini fridge and a PlayStation 3 and some of the other things like the television are on DC. But I'd like to increase the amp hours for that, and I don't have solar yet, but that is on the horizon, and I think you guys are going to like that project. That'll be coming up in the future. So let's get started. Gonna get the batteries in here test fitted. Probably gonna add a piece of strut here, tie it into this mounting bolt on each side, and then we'll move forward from there. Just doing a little mock-up here. It's like a piece of strut will fit here, no problem. On this side I'm gonna have to move this battery cable to the other side of the breaker, which is not a big deal, not hard to do. So we'll cut some pieces of strut, do a little bit of wiring reconfiguring here for the battery tender, and get these batteries connected. Okay, got it to this point. Now I got to tie the batteries in. I might add one more piece of strut across the face here just to hold the batteries a little bit more secure. And then I need to remount the charger, so I use some angle pieces that will allow me to put a plate or another piece of strut or something in between there to mount the 24 volt charger back in there somehow. So let's tie them in. My idea is, so the 12 volt system is basically this battery here and this battery here, which is where the ground wire runs for the entire system. So we're going to tie in a ground here, we're going to tie in a ground here, and then we're basically just going to tie these into the chain that runs along here that forms the 12 volt system. So this one will go here in theory, and this one will go here in theory. That's all dependent on the cables that I have. I have a variety of stuff, and I love to repurpose things, so I've got a pile of stuff to choose from, and these guys are looking like some pretty good candidates to tie in the batteries since they're pre-made. It'd be pretty simple to get those tied in, but we'll see what I come up with. I might make some new cables. I've got enough parts here to do that, so we'll see. Alright guys, I was able to get the batteries wired up with very minimal fuss. The cables that I had pre-made worked out just fine. I used those up, and I did voltage test. Everything, no arcing, no sparking, worked out good. Alright, now I got to get the 24 volt charger mounted back in there. Okay, I got the battery tender mounted on a little scrap piece of aluminum that I had sitting around. Got all the wiring tie wrapped. It's gonna work out pretty good. Batteries are pretty secure. They're wedged against the side, and once the cover goes on, it has these indentations on the front there that'll push down on the batteries and basically hold them in place. So I want to say that that project is a done deal. However, I have another project, and I like to repurpose things, of course. So my dad gave me this Pia light that they had at his work on display. They were going to throw it away, but it's old school, so it's got halogen H3s in them. But here's something crazy. I have this Op7 LED conversion kit for some H3s. It's just sitting around. I forgot what I had it for. It's been in my garage for forever. So I figured I'd put those in this light if they'll fit. I know they're a little bit longer than stock, but we'll want to see if they'll fit first, and then if they do, or if I can figure out a way to get them in there in that Pia light, I'd like to make like an outdoor light for at nighttime when we come out of the shelter that I could turn on, and I'd like to mount it either on the corner up there or under the awning, the little drip rail. So I'm gonna see if I can get this taken apart and get those H3s in there, the LED version, and then we'll go from there. So they do fit, just barely, but they fit, so that's a good thing. Get this put back together, and then gonna scope out a location on the shelter there. I got it mounted on the adamantium drip rail. For some of my subscribers, you'll understand what that means if you've seen my other episodes. Now it's time to drill a hole and run the wires. Alright, got that cable through the outside wall. Got the plugs made up for it. I left the switch open here on the top for the outdoor light. Think ahead on your projects so you can plan for stuff like this. Saves a lot of time and headaches. What else? Gotta make up this box. Sikaflex this. And that's probably gonna be it. Alright guys, there you go. I got it mounted. I'll have to get the labeler out here to label the switch, but not very bright during the day, but pretty sure it'll be bright at night. That's going to be it for this episode, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you liked it, hit like, hit subscribe, spread it on social media, tell your friends about it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.